Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our weekend roundup. Um, yes, we had quite a fun weekend. Lots and lots of matches all over Europe. Um, yeah, so Leeds and Everton will be playing tonight. But I wanted to talk about first. Let's talk about Chelsea, right? Chelsea and Crystal Palace match, right? What do you think about that match? So my thinking is that Chelsea are still struggling with a low block team, right? You could see that they had the ball, they had everything, but they couldn't. I think they had one or two shots on goal, and it was just difficult for them, right? It was so said that obviously the Crystal Palace goal was disallowed, of which on my side I think it was correct. Yeah, because actually Gay actually pushed somebody from while the person was trying to block a free kick. So for me, it's actually a free kick to Chelsea. But my only worry is that if we are or Chelsea is bringing in so many attacking players trying to resolve the problem that they had last year, and still they brought in Gittens, and Gittens, to be honest with you, I'm starting to have my doubts. I thought and I think that the 50 odd million probably was a waste. I also think that Enzo was totally out of the game. I think he didn't play his usual game. Palmer as well was also not the Palmer that we know. He didn't create anything. So it becomes difficult now going into this season with those kind of issues with the team. Yes, Estavo, when Estavo came in, he showed that he is ready. I think also in the next match, I think against West Ham, he must start. I was actually thinking that he must start, and yeah, so that we see how he can play probably 60 to 80 minutes. Yeah. So that's my issue with Chelsea. I think Crystal Palace was well oiled. They knew what they wanted. They wanted, it's either a draw or a win. They you know what? It was just a well structured team. So big up to Crystal Palace. Then we go to Manchester United and Arsenal yesterday. So that was an open match, right? I'm actually wanted to speak more on Manchester United, that I'm actually happy that Manchester United played very, very well. I thought they deserved a draw or even a win. Um, you know, Kuna and Mbeu, they played very, very well. I think they are going to be um, actually their trump card for Manchester United. They will score more goals. They will create goals. Um, like what I said in my predictions for the whole season, Manchester United is actually going to end up probably number 7, number 6, somewhere there. They played very, very well. So yeah, I think Amaron is actually building a very good team there. Let's see what happens in the next 5 games. That will also tell us what's going to happen during the course of the season. So big up to Manchester United. You played very well. Arsenal, the usual Arsenal. I think you have quite a lot of ball and attack, counter attacks, and so forth. But there wasn't much on the Arsenal side. Obviously, a goal from Carlo Filoli, Ricardo. Yeah, but nothing much. But yeah, let's see what happens. But as you all know, Arsenal is always a threat to win the league. So let's see what happens. I think I spoke about Tottenham on Saturday. They played very well as well. I think Tottenham is also a top 7 team. They just need to buy Eze. Once they buy Eze, it means that they've got a number 10, and then obviously they still need, for me, they also still need another striker. I don't think Richarlison is a number 9. I think he should play on the left. And then you bring in your Nicholas Jackson or someone else on the number 9 side. Yeah, then I think it will be a better team. Um, then we speak about City. So City, Manchester City is it's very interesting, right? When I saw them play, yes, they played Wolves, and I think Wolves made a mistake. They were supposed to give Manchester United the ball, but they wanted to take the ball from Manchester United, and they did very well with the ball, right? So Manchester United, Manchester City didn't have the ball they normally have to play their tika game and all those kind of things, but they also found they'd find a way to score. And when you've got your Haaland of this world and whatever, you always whatever opportunities that you get, you always have the threat to do it and all those kind of things. So it's also very interesting to see what will happen with Manchester City. But as much as they won against Wolves 4-0, I still don't think that they'll win the league. I think they might end up between number 3 and number 4. Let's see what happens on the Wolves, sorry, on the Manchester City going forward. I have watched the Forest, and they played well. Forest, I think they won 2. Is it 2-0 or 3-0 against Brentford? But you see, this is the thing. Brentford lost they lost their coach. They lost some of their players and so forth. So they are still disjoint. And actually, it was good to face them here now. I mean, for Forest to face them now, because the coach is still new. As much as the coach was within the system, um, but it's that is another team that I'm just worried about, Brentford, that they, if they don't build quickly, they might end up being relegated. So it was another game that we just saw there. Um, but Burnley, I'm worried about Burnley. I'm worried about Burnley. I'm worried about West Ham as well. Um, West Ham, they sold players, and the coach is not that good always as well. It's a mess at West Ham. Truly, it's a mess. So think West Ham, Burnley. I think Wolves played very well. They might uh, probably end up around number 16 or 17, somewhere there. I don't think they will get relegated. I wanted to watch Leeds today just to see what happened. But Sunderland, maybe it's because also they played a very bad team, right? Um, yes, they played the one, I think, is it 3-0 or 2-0? But 3-0. I think Sunderland is playing well. It's a team to watch. But let's see, when you know what, at the end of the day, you would want a team to play, um, especially when you are coming from probably when you are being promoted, you would want to play teams that are in and around you, right? You're number 17, obviously, 17 and 16 was Manchester United and Tottenham, right? But you want to play, obviously, your West Hams, your Brentford, Bournemouth, your Crystal Palace. That's when you start judging yourself how good you are, right? If you are going to survive, because you can't then judge yourself with these top teams, especially in your top 8 teams. Mostly you look at your bottom 10 to see where you are and make sure that it's either you draw or you win against them. Remember, the benchmark for survival is normally between 35 to 40 points. So the thing about it is that you need to start picking up points now, right? You can't wait and say, no, I'll deal with it after Christmas, I'll deal with it in January and whatever. That will be too late. You need to start picking up points now so that by the time you get to Christmas, you have got probably 16, 20 points. And yeah, then you know that you might survive. Otherwise, when you get to Christmas and you have got 5 points, then you know the relegation is on you. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. But other than that, it's Everton against Leeds this evening. I'm going to watch that game, and then we talk about um, the game tomorrow. Besides that, there isn't much that happens yesterday in terms of the transfer world. I know Chelsea, they are now more worried about the defenders than the attackers. I know. So this is the thing. So it seems as if the coach wants a defender, right? And then the management and probably the senior executives at Chelsea, they feel that they don't need a defender. They can still look at the defenders internally. And it seems as if the coach is saying the defenders that we have, they don't play the system that I want, right? So let's see what happens on that one, whether they will buy a defender or not. That's another thing. But I know Nkunku is almost out of the team. Bayern Munich, I think, is now finalizing the fees and all those kind of things. So if Nkunku goes, let's see who is coming into Chelsea, whether it's going to be Xavi or it's going to be Garnacho. For me, there's no need for Garnacho to come through. Um, you know, the thing is, the coach feels that on the left side it's only Gittens, right? Um, but Pedro Neto can play there, right? And I'm also thinking that even Nicholas Jackson can play that on the left side as well. So instead of going and bringing in a Garnacho, why can't you just keep Nicholas Jackson and put him on the left side? And then you've got two people that can play on the left, and then you stay Estavo and Neto will play on the right side. Let me hear your comments, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk again in the afternoon. Have a wonderful day forward.